Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to North Dakota Today. So we have energetic alchemist, ancestral connector, and magical being, Kaylee, with us today in studio to tell us about her spiritual work. So hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah,
Jillian.
absolutely. And your title's there. You have quite the title.
I just try to embrace that magical side and just like really lean into it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it a little unique. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So your studio, Two Bluebirds, tell us more about that.
So I started like about 5 years ago just with Reiki, which is a very specific form of energy work.
Okay.
And since then I've really branched off into like, because there's energy healing across all different types of cultures. So I like really dug into my background of like where my ancestors came from, what was the energy work like in their culture. And I'm a manifesting generator. So I'm like always interested in lots of new different things. So that was kind of the starting point. And then I started branching off into being more comfortable with exploring my spirituality in ways that maybe I wasn't as comfortable when I was younger. Just really embracing like color and like vibrancy, taking a leap like from my corporate job to doing this full time. And so just like branching off into all the other different services that I offer and just really trying to hug all my gifts and not pick just one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do have quite an array of services. Do you want to go through the list?
Yeah, so one of the ones that a lot of people seem to like is because they're most familiar with Reiki is becoming a little more common in the area, which is great. So that is healing hands. Basically, I'm not a masseuse. I always tell people I don't have any massage credentials. I work with my hands and I use energy. So I have a massage table with a wonderful foam mattress, got to be comfortable, right? And then I basically help people on the energetic level with that. So for my approach, I like thinking of energy as fluid versus if you learn, I know like a lot of people that learn Reiki, they learn to use the chakra system, which isn't, you know, a bad thing necessarily, but just there's so many more frameworks to use than just that. So I think of energy as very fluid. I view the body as like an ecosystem. Instead of being like the issue is here, it's like, well, they got the driver's seat and I've got the map in the passenger seat. And I'm like, what if we took this turn and got here? We might get there faster. They can choose if we turn or not. If they decide not to, that's okay. Yeah. So that's one service that I offer.
No, and that makes sense. I've heard a lot about meditation really helping with physical pain because it's that mind-body connection. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I'm honestly still floored every time that I've had people come in with chronic pain. And of course, I always emphasize like seek out, you know, proper mental health or proper physical things, but sometimes people come in, they're like, I've tried everything. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel not very good in my body. And so then this is like a good step for people like that, where it's like, I've tried a lot of avenues. This isn't the only avenue, but it's sometimes the missing piece in the puzzle for a lot of people.
That chronic pain.
Yeah. I've had people with like, I mean, I can't list them all off, but it's just like it gets a lot better once we talk to the body, ask it why it's there, ask it what it wants from them, and then be like, what do we need to do to make the energy feel safe and how can we move it from the body? And if it's not ready to do that, we just like listen. Like consent is a huge thing with the work that I do.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I want to know about your journey from just kind of diving in more on the personal level with your spiritual journey and then going into these services for other people. Was there a need for it in the community and what has the response been?
Well, the funny thing is, Jillian, like when I was starting out, I only wanted to do, I learned energy work to work on myself. I'm like, this is going to be a great tool for my mental health journey. Like even just like doing Reiki or energy work on myself, like grounding with like imagining that energy. And so at the time I was like, I'm never gonna work on other people. It made me really uncomfortable or like to think about me doing that. But I did start to really feel pulled in that direction where it got to the point where it was like, it's maybe I'm the hold up here. Like,
getting in your own way.
But I think there is a need for it in the community. I mean, I can attest, even the people that come into my studio, they're looking for, I mean, we all just want to feel better, right? And if you don't get answers through certain avenues, or if you're like, I've been going to therapy for 15 years, it helps, but like, there's still like a missing piece. For some people, that's really important to like be in touch with the body or be in touch spiritually, whatever spiritual means to them. And so like sometimes that's like the missing piece to help propel them forward on their journey. So
absolutely.
I feel like it's something a lot of people are really craving in our community, and it's something that maybe not, some people are like, it's hard to be like, I'm going to go seek out this thing just because
Right.
it's so, you know, people aren't quite used to it sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And so where can people find you guys then?
So I have a studio on Page Drive, so I've got my own space,
Perfect.
and I do all my sessions there. And I am also on Instagram, Two Bluebirds FM, two spelled out, and twobluebirdsfm.com too.
All right, perfect. And we have all that information on your screen right there. Thank you so much for coming on and
Thanks.
telling us
Thanks
about
for
your
having me.
services. Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming up on today's show, a fun summer event is coming around. We'll have more details about Summerfest after the break.